Greetings, everyone. You have certified personal growth and development coach and certified law of attraction specialist and coach Keith Young here, once again bringing you another personal and growth development message for your personal growth and development. So what is today's message? Well, today's message is one that is actually really dear to my heart about what I teach people on a daily basis and coach people on, and that thoughts affect your life. Now, I listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza a lot, and this is taken from one of his messages, and I study the brain and how it works on a regular basis. I have for a number of years, and that's why I teach about mindset in your life and about thoughts. So how many people actually believe in the idea that the way you think has some effect on your life and that your thoughts are intimately connected to your future? So your thoughts in some way create your reality. How many of you have a clear vision of the future? You see, you think 60 to 70,000 thoughts in one day. And out of those 60 to 70,000 thoughts that you think in one day, 90% of those thoughts are the same thoughts as the day before. So if you believe that your thoughts somehow are connected to your life, then the same thoughts always lead to the same choices. Same choices always lead to the same behaviors. The same behaviors create the same experiences, and the same experiences produces the same emotions. And those very same emotions drive the very same thoughts. And your biology, your neural circuitry, your neurochemistry, your neural hormones, and even your genetic expression is equal to how you think, how you act, and how you feel. And how you think and how you act and how you feel is called your personality. And your personality creates your personal reality. That's it. So then, if you wanted to create a new personal reality, a new life, then you would have to start thinking about what you've been thinking about and change it. You would have to become aware of your unconscious thoughts and observe them. You would have to pay attention to your automatic habits and behaviors and modify them. And you would have to look at the emotions you live by every single day that are connected to your past and decide if those emotions belong in your future. You see, most people try to create a new personal reality as the same personality, and that just doesn't work. You literally have to become someone else. So if your brain is organized to reflect everything you know in your life, then your brain is a record of the past. It's an artifact of all the things you learned and experienced to this present moment. So if you wake up every morning and you get out of bed on the same side, and you shut the alarm clock off with the same finger, then you shuffle to the bathroom and use the toilet like you always do, and then you go and get a cup of coffee and drink coffee out of your favorite mug and get in the shower and wash yourself off in the same routine, and then drive to work, get to work, see the same people that push the same emotional buttons, do the same things that you memorize and you do so well. And you hurry up and go home, and you hurry up and check your emails, you hurry up and check your Facebook, you hurry up and go to bed. So here's my question. Did your brain change at all that day? We could say that you were thinking the same thoughts, performing the same unconscious actions, living by the same emotions, but secretly expecting your life to change. And that's why people don't get the results they want. Now, there's a principle in neuroscience, and the principle says nerve cells that fire together wire together. So if you're thinking the same thoughts and making the same choices, demonstrating the same behaviors, reproducing the same experiences that stamped the same networks of neurons into the same patterns and then produce the same emotions, you're going to hardwire your brain into a finite signature. Because as you fire and wire are the same circuits in the same way, why those circuits begin to become more connected. And by the time you're 35 years old, now this is science now, we become a set of memorized behaviors, unconscious habits, automatic emotional reactions, beliefs and perceptions, and even attitudes that function just like a computer program. And if you do something over and over and over again, the repetition of those actions over time conditions your body to know how to do it better than your mind. That's why your body and your mind is connected. And a habit is when your body knows better than your mind. Think about it. When something goes wrong, don't you feel it in your body as well as in your mind? When you cut your finger, doesn't your body react the same way as your mind does? They both feel it. When you've done something so many times that the body knows how to do it better than the brain, then some 95% of those, most people's behaviors, attitudes, thoughts, and beliefs, emotional reactions are nothing more than subconscious programs. So why is this important? Because you're here watching this video to learn new information about how to change your life. And every time you learn something new, you make new connections in your brain. That's what learning is. Learning is forging new synaptic connections. Physical evidence as a result of your interaction in the environment and the footprints of your consciousness is called learning, making new connections. The Nobel Prize laureate Kandel in the year 2000 found that when people learn just one bit of information, they double the number of connections in their brain from 1,300 connections to 2,600 connections. But if they didn't review that information, if they couldn't repeat it, if they couldn't remember it, those circuits just pruned apart in hours or days. So if learning is making new synaptic connections, then remembering is maintaining and sustaining those connections. And you're here right now to learn vital information about creating the future, your future, and be defined by a vision of the future instead of the memories of the past. Because if you are not defined by some vision that is bigger than you, and you are not passionate about that vision, then you're left with the old hardware of the past in your brain. And you will be predictable in your life. So, would you agree then, new thoughts, new information should lead to new choices? New choices then should lead to new behaviors. And new behaviors should create new experiences, and new experiences should produce new emotions. And those new emotions should drive new thoughts that's called evolution. So, if your brain is a record of the past, and you don't have a vision of the future, then you are living in the past, and you will never arrive at the new future. So then, If you wake up in the morning and you are not being defined by a vision that's bigger than you, and it doesn't get you out of bed and inspire you into possibility, and you get up living from the old hardware of the past, the old emotions stored in your body, you know what's going to happen to you? You're going to wake up and you're going to open your eyes and you're going to see the same people go to the same places, do the exact same thing at the exact same time. And the moment you open your eyes, and all of a sudden it's your external environment that's controlling how you think and how you feel. Because you have a neurological network in your brain for every person that you know, and every place that you go, everything that you own, everything that you do, you have a neurological network for it. And the moment you open your eyes and you see the same people and go to the same places and then do the exact same thing at the exact same time, it then becomes your external environment that's turning on different circuits in your brain, causing you to think equal to everything that you know. In other words, you're not growing. Now, I asked you a question in the beginning that, do you believe that your thoughts have something to do with your destiny? As long as you're thinking equal to your environment, you keep creating the same life. To change, to truly change, is to think greater than your environment, to think greater than your circumstances in your life, to think that the conditions in your world, in every great person in history knew this. Whether it was Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King, the Wright brothers, Joan of Arc, they all had a vision. They couldn't see it, couldn't smell it, couldn't taste it, couldn't feel it, but it was alive in their mind. It was so alive in their mind that they begin to live as if their future reality was happening in the present moment, and that's what you have to do. So the moment you stop making the same choices that you always make, get ready, because it's going to be uncomfortable. And that's the moment you're heading towards the new self. We call it stepping in to the river of change. But now remember, 95% of who you are is your body as the mind. You know you've done something enough times that your body does it better than your brain. So you may actually complain unconsciously because your body does it all the time, and all of a sudden you say, no complaining, no more blaming, no more feeling sorry for myself, no more talking about other people. I'm going to stop that. You know what happens, don't you? The body then starts sending signals to the brain. The body's been conditioned that way. And all of a sudden, you start hearing thoughts in your head that say, why don't you start tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's a better day. Wow, this is too hard for me. I can't change. Something's wrong with me. It's my mother's fault. It's my ex-husband's fault. It's my ex-wife's fault. I'm this way because of this event, or the most important one, this doesn't feel right. And the moment you respond to that thought as if it's true, because it's the truth as you believe it, that thought leads to the same choice, which leads to the same behavior, that creates the same experience, that produces the same emotion, and the person, your body, says this feels right. That feels familiar. Because nothing's changing. Going from the old self to the new self. Stepping into the void, stepping into that uncertainty is the biological, the neurological, the chemical, the hormonal genetic death of the old self. People will say to me, well, in that unknown, I can't predict my life or my future. And I always say the same thing to them. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Not from the known, but from the unknown. And when you and I get comfortable in the place of the unknown, that's where the magic happens. The magic happens in the unknown, and it never happens in the known. I hope this has given you some new perspective on creating the new self. And there's a lot of science in this with the neurological networks that we have in our mind and the learning as we do. Now, if you want to set up a complimentary breakthrough and discovery session, just email me at keith@innergamemagic.com to schedule one. If you're on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook and give this a like as well, and Instagram. Now I'm going to be doing a whole new program. It's going to be a 6-month program that's coming up in the next couple months on how to create the new self, awakening the old self, moving from lightness into dark to the new self. I'm only going to take on 10 people for this program, and it's going to take place 6 months. There's going to be 2 group sessions per month and then 2 individual sessions per month as well. So if you want more information about that or know when it's coming up and want to get on the list of possibly getting in on this program in the next couple months, also send me an email. Just let me know you're interested in it, and I'll keep you up to date as to when it's going to go out. This doesn't obligate you in any way to enroll in the program when it does come out. It just says that you're interested and want to know when it comes out and all the details on it. You can email me at keith@innergamemagic.com as well. So as you know, life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. You should go out there and create the best life possible. Till the next time, wishing you much abundance, prosperity, and success.